Good afternoon. What is going, everybody? Welcome to All American Sports Network with your host, Joel Davis, who also hosts Joel Davis Media Service Network. So, today, guys, I wanted to bring to you, if it's your first time tuning into the channel, do me a favor, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit that notification bell up top. Please like and share. Please like and share. So, today's broadcast, we wanted to give you an update on what is going on with the trade situation and how it all went down between James Harden and Ben Simmons. Now, a lot of people are shocked at this trade. Even I was shocked at this trade about some of the things that were going on. And I want to talk about some of the winners and losers here and how we got here. So, without further ado, let's go up here and let's visit article from the NBC Sports column, and then we'll go from there and talk about my thoughts, and y'all guys can tell me your thoughts as always in the comment section after the video. So let's jump into it. So winners with caveat and losers um with the James Harden losers from the Ben Simmons from James Harden trade. Okay, now here is it go. We all know that Ben Simmons had wanted out of Philadelphia last since last summer. James Harden wanted out of Brooklyn since some point of this season when he started mailing it in. That led to a blockbuster trade hours before the deadline where both players got what they wanted. Harden and Simmons were traded for each other. But will that be good for their teams? Now, there are championship level rewards for the team and player where this goes right. But there are GMs looking for jobs or tarnished players' legacies for the team where this trade goes sideways. Now, right now, you can make a case for a lot of winners. In a couple of years, we're going to look back on this and see some clear losers. And there are so many questions. Now, let's break down the winners with the caveats from this blockbuster. But first, here is the deal. So, the 76ers will receive James Harden and Paul Millsap. Okay. The Nets receive Ben Simmons, Seth Curry, Andre Drummond, and 2 first-round picks. Now, Andre Drummond has been playing very well his whole career. He's been a above average player. Seth Curry, a little above average player. Ben Simmons, I would say defensively, he is a monster. When it comes to defense, yes. But I digress for now. I'm gonna go and see what they says. Now one guy says if Philly wins it all, that really Philadelphia came out on top. So let's go by this scenario and see why. Hold on for 1 second here. All right. All right. So Daryl Mooney Murray got what he wanted. He and James Harden are back together on a contender, but the price was steep. An elite shooter in Curry. You got 2 first-round picks plus the 76ers are going to have to pay Harden 4 years, 222.8 million on top of the 47.4 that he just opted into for next season. That's 5 years, $270 million taking Harden through age 237. That's true. That's a lot. That's 5 years. He's 32 right now. The 76ers will regret the last year or two of that contract. Yeah, especially if he starts showing huge rate of decline. Morey gave up flexibility and options to take a swing at winning it all in the next couple of seasons. That's a good thing. More teams should make home run swings. But home run swings also lead to more strikeouts, which could be the case for Morey in the 76ers. He had boxed himself in with this trade. Now I'm gonna say my ideology on that. I would not say he struck out. I'm gonna say that Daryl Morey, if he plays his cards right, uh, you know, make sure that he gets some good draft picks. He may have put himself in a decent position for the next year or two to maybe finally get a chip. We already see that uh, the Lakers are not doing that well right now. Okay. And the 76ers have always been one of the Eastern Conference teams that I always thought was very competitive. I just think they needed that right edge. And I think that James Harden will work well with Embiid and all them Joel Embiid, all those guys, they'll work well together. So I do not think that this is going to hurt the 76ers as much as everybody think it is. I think it will probably help them. I think James need to be in a better situation. And I think now that he's in a team where he's relaxed, he's comfortable. There was some friction going on in the locker room. But we will see. We'll see what happens. Next is the winner, Brooklyn Nets, if Ben Simmons fits during the playoff. See, what Brooklyn has done for the first 54 games of the season was not working. Hardy was unhappy. His attitude was bringing down the Nets. This team needed a change. It got one, a change that looks great on paper. Simmons' ability to push the ball in transition, his passing, and his elite perimeter defense should match beautifully with the isolation game of Kyrie Irving, and he does everything well. Game of Kevin Durant, it's easy to envision the Nets forcing a miss. Simmons pushed the ball up the court, pulling it back because nothing is there, and getting it to Durant to run the half court set and letting him work. Good luck stopping the offense. It can get healthy. If it can get healthy, this next team could be a regular season powerhouse. If Simmons is truly mentally ready to play, there should be a seamless fit with the roster during the first 82 games. The question about the trade come in the playoffs, especially the second round and beyond. Elite teams will force the Nets away from the strength into deeper options in the playbook. They're going to force Simmons to shoot. Let me say that again. They're going to force Simmons to shoot. And they are going to foul him and send him to the free throw line to do what, guys? Shoot. Oh, man. Simmons wilted the pressure cooker of Philadelphia in the playoff next to Embiid. Playing next to Durant in New York turns the fire up to a new level. Durant, Irvin, Mills, and others on the Nets roster have proven they can handle the heat. How will Simmons respond? Before I go further in this story, I'm going to say it right here, right now. If Ben Simmons has not taken the time off to say he did not want to be a part of playing with Philadelphia and practicing and getting better with shooting, and he goes over there with these elite guys and he can't shoot when it gets time for the postseason, they're gonna eat his behind up like a steak from Ruth Chris. You know that steak you get from Ruth Chris, that nice juicy steak, and you know you done paid almost $80 for it, and you looking across the table at your wife, and she looking at you like, well, baby, I'm full. I done ate all my pork and and taste of salmon and things of that nature, and you tell her, hey, I gotta finish this steak. It's $80. That's how the pressure's gonna be on him to finish and prove to people that he can shoot because he's with elites now. These guys are not gonna be holding his hand. So being, I hope you got your shooting down, player. I really do. If you can get 50% better, I think you'll be all right. You'll be okay. But if you shoot like you was over there in the 76ers, you gonna be home quick. GM Sean Marks did what he had to. Harden wasn't happy when he was the last time he was happy for an extended period of the court. And it was time to make a change. Getting Simmons could prove to be a brilliant and final step needed to bring Brooklyn a title. But it comes down to how Simmons fit and how well he is prepared for the pressure of the playoffs in New York. Again, I hope he's ready because this ain't nothing to play with. Next, we can look at Philadelphia again. If James Harden is healthy and engaged, which I'm quite sure he's going to be engaged, does James Harden fit well with Embiid? I think it will be. But it may not be as smooth and natural as people expect. Harden has always preferred rim running bigs. He could lob to, but who also vacated the space and let him work. Embiid is not a screen and roll guy. Embiid wants the ball on the block or 15 feet out so he can face up, but that leaves Harden off the ball when he tends to lose focus and start coasting through games. Embiid can space the floor and draw an opposing center out away from protecting the paint and opening up lanes for Harden to drive. But the best use of Embiid is not him standing in the corner as a decoy. Great players tend to figure out how to play together. And while this may not be a natural for Philly, the smart money is on Embiid and Harden figuring it out. And they have to figure it out pretty quickly. Listen, guys, Harden is a veteran. Embiid's a veteran. They both want one thing. They want a chip. Embiid want a chip. Harden want a chip, especially. Harden is 32 years old. Harden know father clock is on the rise. In the next 4 years, he going to start feeling it, or the next 5. He's going to do whatever he can to make this work. And I'm telling you now how he's going to make it work. They are probably going to figure out to get Harden to be more focused on playing off the ball. Because you got to remember, this is Embiid's team. This is Embiid's team. Always has been. I don't know why everybody try to say it was Ben. No, it's not Ben Simmons. It's Embiid's team. And it being Embiid team, they going to make sure, because they have made players focus around Joel Embiid. They're going to make sure that Joel Embiid is going to be that guy that's going to make it where everything is going to be a true smooth transition. They're going to figure it out. I promise they will. Now, Harden is 32, and he has shown signs of decline this season. It was decline on his famed disinterest. Joel Embiid is in his prime and playing like an MVP, but has an injury history and a foot injury history, especially that could cut some seasons short. The window for 76ers is not going to be terribly long. They need to take full advantage of it from the start. Bottom line, Philly got better. Their title chances this season went up, and if the 76ers get healthy, engage, focus, Harden, if Philly does get that Harden from how long the 76ers gave up a lot of depth to get Harden. They need an all NBA version of him to make a title run. I have faith that Harden will pull this off. Now we're gonna go into why um this is gonna work out. So let's see about why they wanted him to leave. See if anybody's on the chats. Man, said waste of money. Yeah, I'm holding it like this because I'm streaming off my bedroom today. You ain't wrong. I want to be around my wife today. I didn't want to be out in my office. Man, you don't understand. My office get lonely, and then my kids are home. They got company, and you know how that is, man. If you don't have kids, you'll understand. It can get crazy. My wife just got on me now saying I thought they were too loud, and you're like, oh no, they're not. It's thin walls, so I gotta compromise. So best compromise is staying my ass in my room. All right, guys, give me 1 second. Let's see about the Kyrie Irving. Now I'm gonna find out this because I want to get into deeper. So here is the report. Now this is the insider. Kyrie Irving reportedly hoped that James Harden would get traded. Now I'm gonna talk about this and go there. Now, once reports began circulating that James wanted out of Brooklyn, his co-star Kyrie was okay with it. According to the Athletics, Joe Varden, Irving was eager to see a Harden trade come to fruition. Varden added that a well-placed source said Irving was ready to move on. Irving on Thursday took the tweet to express displeasure with Varden's report. I guess it is breaking news media nowadays to keep my family name out of y'all simpletons articles. The puppets are running wild again. The Nets did not move on Thursday, and then that was Thursday. So now that was the report. But they will say it was an argument to Irving and Harden. Though Irving had given up lead ball handling duties to Harden last year, going as far as to tell Harden that he was the team's point guard, that they had stylistic differences on the court. Varden reported the instance in which Irving burned sage before a game against the Cleveland Cavaliers last year. Harden, according to sources who were in the room when it happened, was seated in front of his locker room watching Irving and looked at Kyrie like he had three heads. Varden wrote. Irving and Harden had spoken openly about competing for championships together, but ultimately both seemed to get what they wanted on Thursday. I mean, I don't think there's a beef here, guys. I just think when I look at this story, that it's just, some people just know they just don't play well with others. It's not like they hate each other. What's going on, man? Y'all give me a minute. I don't know what's going on. All right. Uh, all right. Yeah, I don't think that they hate each other. I just think that it's time to move on. There's some situations where, you could be friends with somebody, but working with them could be extremely a chore. And I think that's what's happening here. I think that uh Kyrie and Harden probably said we're good friends and things of that nature, but trying to be like on the court as teammates and playing basically virtually off the same position ain't it. But in the end of the day, I really feel like the real winners here is going to be the 76ers. I don't know why I got that feeling. I just feel like that them being the 76ers, they're going to win it. They're going to be straight. They got James Harden now. They got rid of Ben Simmons, and that's just what it is. But anyway, guys, get in the jump count in the comment section. Tell me what you think. Please like, share, subscribe. With that being said, I am out.